And we'll make our way over here. And we won't be able to jump up back onto the platform that where we were before, where we would normally walk up to make an offering to Jabu Jabu. Here's the entrance to that other Great Fairy's Fountain, where we first got Ferore's Wind, if you were so inclined to make your way back into there. But we're just going to return to Zora's Domain, and we're going to use some of this blue fire we're bringing back with us to thaw out King Zora. So, stand right here, make sure we're nice and close so the fire doesn't get wasted when we drop it. And you may remember that we can't talk to King Zora unless we're standing down on that pedestal down here. Right here. There we go. Oh, I've come back to life. Was it you who saved me? Don't be nervous. It looks like you have a hard time breathing underwater. As an expression of my gratitude, I grant you this tunic. With this, you won't choke underwater. Oh. Whoa, you got a Zora Tunic. Not bad. This diving suit is adult size, so it won't fit a kid. Wear it and you won't drown underwater. Oh, that is so friggin' sweet. So you can see now how that combined with the iron boots is now giving us basically total water supremacy. Not only can we walk on the surface, but we can do so for as long as we want now without needing to worry about how long we take to return to the surface in order to breathe again. That's fantastic. So now that we got that, we want to quickly return back to the fountain. And we want to come back to this area over here. And we're actually going to jump out, way out into the open area of the water, and use our iron boots to sink all the way to the bottom. Technically, this is possible to do without the Zora Tunic, but it is difficult. I'm really not sure how much time you have, but it's not much. And the time it takes you to surface, you know, you don't surface that quickly either. But anyway, you can see down here, another piece of heart. And voila, we are now up to a whopping 15 heart containers. Not bad at all. We are getting tough. And you can see all you gotta do is unequip the iron boots and you will automatically start floating to the surface. Albeit quite slowly. So you can see there how if you didn't have the Zora Tunic, just using the iron boots to get down there, totally possible, but you know, maybe if you didn't start sinking in the right area, then it might take you, you know, a little bit longer to reposition yourself and find the heart piece and then take the boots off and get back up to the top. You might find yourself running out of air before you finally got the heart piece. Anyway, it's not like we had to go too out of our way. It was right here anyway. And you don't really have to do this, but if you were so inclined, I'll just point out that you can do it. We'll go all the way down to the bottom of the domain. And you'll be able to see how we can also use blue fire to make our way back into the Zora shop. If you were so inclined. Alright. Zora! Welcome. Talk to the owner. You say you want to buy a Zora Tunic. That tunic is made of the finest material and is therefore exceedingly expensive. In fact, I'm afraid only that very rich family in Kakariko Village can afford this fine garment. Yeah, so he's making reference to the fact that, look, Zora Tunic is 300 rupees. The only way to afford that would be with a giant's wallet. And it was precisely from that location, from the House of Skulltula in Kakariko Village, that we got that wallet from. So, but just, this guy didn't even reference the fact that Zora's domain is frozen over and then I freed him. He was basically trapped in here and had no business this whole time. Jeez, talk about gratitude. See ya. Anyway, that's basically just pointing out that that's how you can get a free Zora Tunic, which, by the way, you pretty much are gonna need. I've done it before, where technically I have beaten the Water Temple without the Water Tunic, but that was an extreme level of challenge that I only undertook basically because I'd played the game like dozens and dozens of times, and I was looking for a new way of challenging myself, and it required all kinds of other secrets, tricks, glitches, exploits, all kinds of different stuff in order to really make it work. For all intents and purposes, it's fair to say you're going to need both a Zora Tunic and the Iron Boots in order to complete the next dungeon. So now that we're basically ready to go to the next dungeon, what we could do, actually, now that I think about it while we're right here, now that I think about it, there's two more gold Skulltulas in this area that I can get to. And I already passed right by one of the spots, so I should return to that spot here. Yeah, I just cut myself off because I was just remembering. But I was going to say, we are basically ready to make our way back to the dungeon, the next dungeon, the Water Temple. But we've got one more thing that we're going to undertake, and it's going to be a new trading sequence. But before we get to that here, I'm just going to turn this to night, and we'll grab ourselves a couple more Skulltula tokens while we're in the area. So this Skulltula appears right here up on this wall. I think even from here, we still can't reach it with our hookshot though. I think it's just out of reach. So what you actually got to do is, like, if you position yourself right underneath it and then actually hop up on the fence, and be careful not to do that. Jump over the fence. This is the tricky part. This is possible. I've done it before, but it's not the easiest thing in the world to maneuver. Oh, this bloody Octorok! God damn it. Leave me alone. Alright. Where is it? Right there. Alright, let's try this again. Very slowly onto the fence, and I kind of push back there a little bit, and then just angle myself like that. And, it's gonna be close. Oh! See, I didn't even get the red dot. It was about as close as it gets. But anyway. There's that one down. Yeah, Snavy. Those iron boots look like they weigh a ton. If you wear those boots, you may be able to walk at the bottom of a lake. So that's hinting at the fact that it's the bottom of Lake Hylia is where the location to the next dungeon is. And point in fact that is indeed where, if we play the Serenade of Water, it'll warp us straight to. Is that area out in the middle of the lake where there's that big kind of gnarled looking tree. Anyway, we come up this way. This is where we're going to find that last gold Skulltula, but it's, well, we took too long. I guess it's now daytime, so we'll switch it to night one more time. I can't remember where exactly it appears. It is somewhere around here. I think it might be over on that side. Yeah, over here. So if we hop over here, there's a little hidden hole in there. I don't think there's anything of note in there. We can take a quick look, just out of curiosity. Yeah. Just another one of these. Gossip Stone. Little chest with probably just rupees. Yeah. Nothing special. And of course there's one of these holes here that makes it look like it's of some import because it's surrounded by another circle of rocks. So this one might be a little bit more special. Ah, Fairy's Fountain. Now I think for the time being we're basically done with all the blue fire that we're going to need. We freed King Zora, we opened up access again to the Zora shop, and we're not going to need blue fire for the Water Temple. So we can afford to stock up on some fairies. So that's convenient. And then we'll just walk into the middle here and get that last one little heart container refilled. Alright. Well, whatever. You know what? What the hell? Let's fill up our last bottle. We don't really need 4 fairies. I don't think we're that bad at the game that we're going to need 4 revives, but what the hell while we're here. And we can always empty it out later. Okay. What do we need here? Well, I usually have the Ocarina of Time equipped. I pretty much always have my fairy bow equipped. And then I like to switch between the hookshot and the Megaton hammer. Whichever happens to be more appropriate at the time. Though, now that we've got the hammer, it means we're not going to need to use bombs very often. In fact, I'm not sure that there's any... There's obviously cases where bombs aren't strong enough, but I'm not sure if there's ever a case in which bombs will do the trick, but the hammer won't. I'm really not 100% on that.